Today we're going to do the balancing in the basic, right? So today we're going to do the balancing in the basic medium. Okay. Now you have to understand when we are supposed to balance the equation in the basic medium, right? Now, how do we go about that? Just see. So again, the basic method remains the same. ACOH. Am I right? So A
Yes.
is atom, then C is charge, then O is oxygen,
Yes.
and S is hydrogen. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
A is atom, C is charge, O is oxygen, and H is hydrogen. You got my point? Now
Yes.
understand. So when we are talking about the balancing in the basic medium, what exactly does this work? Just see. So let's suppose I give you an equation, right? Let's suppose I will give you I negative plus MnO4 negative gives me IO3 minus 1 plus MnO4 minus 2, or it is MnO2, right? That's the equation. Now I want you to balance it, and I'm writing it down OH negative simply. Now OH negative has got nothing to do with the fact that you have to balance it in the initial stages. You just have to kind of just identify with this OH negative that it's a basic medium, simple. Now what do we see? I see I negative. So what am I going to do? I'm saying that iodine is carrying a charge of -1. You understand?
Yes.
MnO4 negative is basically what? MnO4 negative is what? Mn is going to be X. You understand? And
Yes.
oxygen is going to be -2. Do you understand? So Mn is X, O is -2. So oxygen -8 overall is going to be -1. So X here is going to be +7. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
So when X is here going to be +7, so that's the charge on manganese. You understand my point? Here, what is iodine going to carry? Let's suppose iodine's charge is X. 1 oxygen carries -2. So 3 oxygen carries -6. This is equals to -1. So here X is going to be +5. Yes or no?
Yes.
And here MnO2, oxygen by rules we know already. So let's say manganese charge is X and 1 oxygen is -2. So 2 oxygens carry -4 equals to 0. So X minus 4 is going to be 0. So X is going to be +4. Do you understand my point? Do you understand?
Yes.
So basically, I see here what? I see that overall iodine carries -1 to +5. And here manganese carries +7 to +4. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
So basically, you have to understand that I minus 1 gives me IO3 minus 1 and MnO4 minus 1 carries what? MnO2. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
Got my point?
Mm.
Right. Now just see what is happening. So iodine is -1. Here iodine is +5. Now you understand iodine from -1 to iodine to +5. Do you realize that how much electrons it has lost? Iodine -1 must be carrying 1 extra electron because iodine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons and 1 extra electron. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
And then it loses that 1 extra electron to become I neutral, and then it becomes I +5. Did you understand my point?
Yes.
Got my point? So this is going to be I 1 extra electron, and then it becomes I +5. Got the point?
Yes.
Got the point. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that whenever we have got this part, I -1 to I +5, you understand?
Yes.
This part. So you see how many electrons has it lost in all? 1 electron in becoming neutral and 5 electrons to acquire a plus side charge. So in all, can I say it has lost 6 electrons? Do you understand? In all, it has lost 6 electrons. Got my point?
Yes.
Yes, right? So basically, I would say that in iodine, there is a decrease. There is an increase of 6. Increase of 6 means that this iodine has lost 6 electrons on the product side. Now, if you are writing if you're mentioning the electrons, if you're mentioning the electrons, right,
Yes.
then it is 6 electrons, or there is an increase of 6. Got my point?
Yes.
There is an increase of 6. Or, so you write it down. If you're mentioning the electrons, it is ion electron method, or it is oxidation. Number. Got the point?
Yes.
MnO4 negative, Mn carries +7, and MnO2 carries +4. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
MnO4 -1 becomes MnO2, and the charge decreases by 3. Do you understand? So I would say it is going to gain 3 electrons. And how am I going to understand that? That 1 electron, if it carries -1, so 7 electrons carries +6. If there are 2 electrons, so 1 electron -1, another electron -1, then another electron -1. So it is going to become what? It is going to become MnO2. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
So this charge kind of decreases. Do you understand? And
Yes.
hence, as a result, what do you think is going to happen? So when we solve this, so do you understand the atom in which there's a charge change, right? Iodine is 1 on the reactant side. There is only 1 iodine on the product side. There is manganese on the reactant side, and there is manganese on the product side. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
Got my point?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now understand. Now iodine has overall lost 6 electrons, and those 6 electrons have to be gained by the manganese. So basically, increase in charge or loss of electrons is what? This is oxidation half reaction, and this is reduction half reaction, because here the reactant is gaining electrons to form the product. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
Yes or no? Got my point? Right. Now understand. Now what is going to happen? I am going to multiply this with 2. I am going to multiply this with 2. So this becomes 6 electrons plus 2 MnO4 minus 1 gives me 2 MnO2. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
Are you understanding? So now what exactly is going to happen? So we have I negative gives me IO3 minus 1 plus 6 electrons. So that's my oxidation half reaction. And why did I multiply this RHR with 2? So that the number of electrons lost becomes equal to the number of electrons gained. I hope you're understanding.
Yes.
Right? Up till now, any doubts?
Mm.
So I have balanced the atom, I have balanced the charge, I have balanced oxygen and hydrogen. Did you understand?
Yes.
Now understand. Now what is going to happen? So this is my equation. Now let's balance oxygen first in the RHR. How will you balance oxygen? So on the reactant side, we have 8 oxygens, and the product side, we have 4 oxygens. You can see 2 MnO2, right? That means every MnO2 carries 2 electrons. So 2 MnO2 will carry 4 electrons. I hope you're understanding.
Yes.
Right? So basically, I am short of 4 oxygen on the product side. So for every oxygen, what should I add that to? Up till now, there is nothing different. It is going to be 4H2O, because every water molecule carries 1 oxygen. So 4 water molecules shall carry 4 oxygen. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
But now what is happening? Now, what is the difference? Just have a look. When we are talking about the balancing with water molecule, now in the basic medium, oxygen is balanced by water. Oxygen is balanced by water. Hydrogen is also balanced by water. You understand? Oxygen is balanced by water, and hydrogen is also balanced by water. Now, what sense does it make? Now, understand. How many hydrogens? See, in the reactant side, I had 8 oxygen. Are you understanding?
Yes.
On the reactant side, we had 8 oxygen. I hope you're understanding.
Yes.
Did you understand? When we had 8 oxygen, so we had 4 oxygen on the product side also. So to balance that 4 oxygen, we are going to have 4 H2O. I hope you're understanding. Did you understand?
Yes.
Now, there's no hydrogen. There was no hydrogen in the picture, right? But we have 4 times 2, 8 hydrogens here. We have 4 times 2, 8 hydrogens here. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
Right? Now, understand very well. When we have 4 times H2, right? So there are 8H. Now, to balance that 8H, I have to add 8H2 on the reactant side. But the question arises that hydrogen is 8H and you are adding 16H.
Yes.
Now see, so how many extra H have I added? 8H extra I have added. Yes or no?
Yes.
And I was supposed to balance only hydrogen, but to balance hydrogen, 8 extra hydrogens, I have added water, which is bringing with itself one more extra oxygen. So basically I have added 8O extra. Can I say 8H and 8O together, they're going to form 8OH minus 1? Are you
Yes.
understanding my point? Tell me.
Yes.
Is it clear? So 2MnO for negative plus 6 electrons gives me 2MnO2 plus this. So to balance hydrogen, I am going to add water. But as much water am I adding? The same number of water molecules. I'm going to write down 8OH on the other side. Did you understand my point? This is how you balance in the basic medium. Did you got the point?
Yes. In acidic, it is H
Right.
plus and H2O, and basic, it's OH and H2O.
Yes, but how do I ensure that adding OH will not change the number of oxygen and hydrogen? So there is a basic rule that when you have oxygen, you balance that oxygen with water, and when you have hydrogen, you balance that hydrogen also with water. You got my point?
Yes.
Got the point?
Yes.
Now understand. So similarly, I have this is RHR. Then we've got oxygen half reaction. What is the oxygen half reaction? Just understand. 1 second, Batu. Right? Did you understand? Now let's take an example of iodide. So how does iodide work? So we have I negative. We have I negative, and I negative converts itself to IO3 negative. So how many oxygens extra do we have on the product side? Tell me.
3.
3. So for that, I'm going to add 3 H2O. Are you understanding my point? But how many hydrogens, in order to balance oxygen, how many hydrogens extra have I added? 3, 6.
6.
You understand? So to balance that 6H, I'm going to write down 6H2O. Did you understand? But
Yes.
you see, I was supposed to balance only 6H, but I have added 12H. So 6H extra I have added, and 6O extra I have added. Do you
So
understand?
it's plus.
So it becomes 6OH negative. I should add it on the other side. And now if you look at all the oxygens and hydrogens, they seem to be all balanced. You understand my point? Got my point or no?
3H2 and this.
See, to balance oxygen, 3 oxygen, I added 3 water.
Yes.
Because every water molecule contains 1 oxygen. Yes or no?
Yes.
Got my point or no?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Then what is going to happen? Then what is going to happen? Tell me. So because we have added extra H was nowhere in the picture. So to balance that 6H2O, 6H, I'm going to add 6H2O. Did you understand?
Yes.
Then I have 12H. You understand my point?
Yes.
So when there is 12H here, what does that mean? I was supposed to balance only 6H, but I have added 12H. That means I have added 6H extra, right?
Yeah. So we can make it as 6 OH.
And I was supposed to balance only hydrogen. I have added oxygen also, 6 oxygen also,
So we can make it 6 OH instead.
right? So 6H and 6O together make 6OH negative. That means I would say on the right hand side, on the product side, I have added 6OH extra. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
What does that mean?
There's too much oxygen, so to reduce the number of oxygen without to reduce the number of hydrogen without affecting the oxygen, you're using OH instead of H2O.
No, that's not possible. So that's how we balance it. Now, this is the balancing method. You understand my point? Did you understand my point? And now when you add it up, what do you get? Now, when you add it up, what do you get? Tell me. So you have the iodide plus 3H2O plus 6OH negative. Plus 6H2O. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Second part is what? Second part is what? 6. It is going to be MnO4 negative. 2 MnO4 negative plus 8H2O gives you 2 MnO2 plus 4H2O. You understand? Now when you add up these two equations, so in right side you have 10H2O, you have IO3 negative, and you have 2 MnO2. And we have I negative, and we have 3H2O, and there was OH also, right? So we had 8 OH negative.
Ma'am, the
Am I
16, yeah.
8 OH negative on this side. Sorry, in the balanced equation. Now when you add it up, so you have 6 OH cancels this. So on the product side, you're left with 2 OH negative extra. Do you understand? And we have MnO4 negative, and we had 11 H2O. Now let's balance H2O. So this cancels here. So we are left with just 1 H2O. So what are we having here? We are going to have I minus 1 plus 3H2O plus 2 MnO4 negative plus H2O gives you IO3 minus 1 plus 2 MnO2 plus 2 OH negative. That's going to be my final balanced equation. So basically 2, and here I'm going to write down 2 and 3H2 comes out to be 4H2. Did you follow the procedure?
Yes.
Little bit of practice and you'll be good with it, right? It just needs a little bit of practice. Now just have a look here. Now let's suppose if I give you another equation, let's say if I say ask you to balance it in the basic medium, right? Very simple. What would you do? Just tell me. If I give you this AO6 is an equilibrium with, in the basic medium, is AO10. Let's something like that. Okay. And just balance the oxygen, and I'm mentioning with it OH negative. What do you understand from this? Just tell me. Tell me. What would you do?
Balance it.
So you have, but just by looking at OH, neglect OH, and just think in your mind that OH is only for the basic medium. Yeah. Now let's start balancing the oxygen. Now we have to understand that we have to balance the atom first, A. Because oxygens, obviously by rules, I would be knowing the name. Right. Oxygen by rules, I would be knowing the names. Right. You understand?
Yeah.
So what exactly do you think is going to happen? Tell me. So
What are
O is carrying a -2 charge. So obviously A would be something whose change in charge I'm going to observe. Do you understand my point?
yes. We can add
Right.
A to H.
AO6 is going to give me AO10. So how many oxygens I'm short
And
of
we can add
in the
A to
reactant
H
side?
on the LHS on the 4H2 on the RHS.
Okay, let's see. So I'm going to write 4H2O in LHS
And we
side.
can no, ma'am, we have to add A to H. And on the right hand side, we have to write 4H2O.
And then I'm
4H2O.
going to write 8OH negative. Yeah, and this cancels this. And hence you get 8OH negative plus AO6 gives me AO10 plus 4H2O. Are you understanding? Are you understanding or not?
Yes, I understand.
Got the point?
Yes,
Got the point or not?
yes, I understood the point.
Right. So that's the concept. That's the concept. Right. Now let's have an example here. Right. So what do we have? Let's solve this. We give you B2O6 -2 and BO5. That's something, right? And I want you to balance it now. How would you do this? Now, first is ACOH. And unless it's mentioned, I'm telling you it is going to be OH negative. What would you do?
We can, the words in get can simply be removed.
So first you have to balance the atom, right? So I should put 2 here because there
Yes,
are 2 borons. So I have to make 2 borons here, right?
yes,
Did you understand?
yes,
Are you understanding?
yes. On the left hand side, we can add, I think we can add 10 OH on the left hand side.
So this is going to be 2BO5 -1. This is going to be B2O6 -2.
Yes.
Then what?
Ma'am, 2x minus 12 is equal to -2. So x is equal to 5.
So, no. Forget about balancing the charge here. It is one equation. Just straight on, just reach the balancing of oxygen. Tell me, how will you balance that?
It'll be 6. So essentially, because of the 2 will be 6 and 10.
10.
Yeah, one. I'll just balance it once.
So, yeah. So I'm going to write 4H2, right? And then I'm going to write down 8H2 to balance hydrogen. This H2 is to balance hydrogen.
Yes.
This H2O is to balance. Right. But in order to balance hydrogen, 8H2O, do you understand?
Yes.
So this is 8H2O and this is 4H2O. So we have added 8 extra H and 8 extra O. So I'm going to write down 8OH -1. Cancel this. 8 OH negative. Is this part clear?
Yeah.
Like this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Got the point or no?
Yes, I got the point.
That's how you balance the equation in the basic medium. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, just have a look. Now, when I solve this question, now you will be given a question. You will be able to balance it now. Now the question comes, calculate the equivalent weight. Now that's the question. Calculate the equivalent weight. How do you calculate the equivalent weight? Just have a look. When we calculate the equivalent weight, what do we do? Let's suppose this equation when you're talking about B2O6 minus 1 gives you BO5 minus 2. So you calculate here. You say that, ma'am, one boron carries X, so two boron carries 2X, one oxygen carries minus 1, minus 2. So 6 oxygen carries minus 12, equals to minus 1. So 2X is going to be equals to, let's make it 17, right? So, or let's
5.5.
just, yeah. So, okay, just for a hypothetical example, okay? So just do not worry about it. So this B2X is minus 1, right? So what does it mean? Just tell me. It means one boron carries X marks, X, so two borons 2X minus 12 equals to minus 1. So 2X equals to 13. 2X equals to 11.
So
And
2x.
X would thereby be 5.5. Here it is going to be X minus 10 equals to minus 2. So X would be equals to 8. I'm going to balance it out. Now understand. One boron carries 5.5. So two borons carries 11 plus 11 overall.
Yes.
One boron carries 8. So two borons will thereby carry overall plus 16. That means the oxidation number is 16 and oxidation state is 8. Do you understand what is the difference between oxidation state and what is the difference between oxidation number? Tell me. Oxidation number is state is
Total.
8. Yes. Oxidation number, when you say oxidation state, you can call it, or you can call it as the average oxidation number. So oxidation states, another name is average oxidation number. And oxidation number would be 16. Do you understand? So oxidation number is the total number. And oxidation state is going to be the average oxidation number. Did you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand? Now, what is going to happen? Just see. So X is 11 and this B is going to be plus 60. Got my point?
Yes.
Now, what is exactly going to happen here? Just see. When we are talking about B2O6 overall, and I want you to calculate the equivalent mass of B2O6 in this reaction. So you will tell me that, ma'am, one full molecule of B2O6 in overall is going to gain 5 electrons in this entire conversion. You understand?
Yes.
So when B2O6 carries, or B2O6 does what? B2O6 transfers or gains, or I would say it loses 5 moles of electrons. 1 mole of B2O6 loses 5 moles of electrons in this reaction. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then what happens? You tell. Then what happens? When 1 mole of B2O6 loses 5 moles of electron, so you say that, ma'am, 5 moles of electrons are lost by 1 mole of B2O6. Let's say 1 mole B2O6 has mass M, molar mass of B2O6. Yes or no? What is equivalent mass? The mass of the substance which loses 1 mole electrons. Did we learn that? What is equivalent mass? Mass of a substance which loses 1 mole electrons. Do you remember that? That if we use today 40 grams of calcium loses 2 moles of electron. So 1 mole of electron would be lost by 40 by 2. According to the equation, Ca is going to give me Ca plus 2 and 2 electrons. Do you remember that?
Yes. So the equivalent mass will be 20.
Right. So now in this equation, I look at the equation. I'll calculate the oxidation state and I'll see the change in the oxidation state. And then I'll see that, okay, 1 mole of B2O6, 1 mole of B2O6 overall is losing 5 more extra electrons, which means when 5 moles of electrons are being lost by 1 mole of B2O6, which is M of B2O6, then 1 mole of electron would be lost by M B2O6 by 5. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Do you understand my point?
Yes.
Got the point? So that is a concept. So when we are talking about this particular part, you have to understand that this is going to be MB2O6 divided by 5. Is this concept clear?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? That's the part. Got it?
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yes. Understood.
Right.
Understood.
So this is the equivalent mass. So from the equation, now you realize when you know the oxidation state. Now let's suppose I give you one more question. I'll say that we have AO4 minus 1. It gives me A3O8 minus 2, something like that. Okay. How would I go about it? Just see. So I'll first of all say that there are 3 atoms of A here and there is only 1 atom. I'm going to put a 3 here.
Minus 8 is equal to minus 1.
Okay.
So we'll get
X
X
minus 8
equal to plus 7.
plus 7. So here X is carrying 1, A is carrying plus 7. So 3A overall will carry 21. You understand?
Wait, what is the charge on the right? What is the charge on the right hand side?
2. 1A carries X. So 3A carries 3X. Minus 16 is going to be minus 2. So 3X would be equals to minus 2 plus 16. So 3X here would be 14. So overall 3X and X would be there by 14 by 3. So 1X carries what? 1X carries what?
14 by 3.
Right. 14 by 3. So A would thereby carry what? 14 electrons. Do you understand?
Yes.
So from 21 to 14, what is it going to do? It is going to lose. It is going to basically gain 7 electrons. Do you understand? Overall, because for 1A, the charge is 14 by 3. So for 3A's, the charge would be 14.
Yes.
Did you understand? Any doubts in this?
On that side, it will be 21. So 21 minus 14 will be 7. So it will be A4,
7. So,
AO4 by 7.
no. Now this time you will say that 7 moles of electron transfer is being done by 3 moles of the reactant. Yes or no?
Oh.
Do you understand? Because we are considering the charge 21. Charge 21 is of 3 A atoms. 3 A atoms we are considering because we are considering AO4 minus 1. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
So 7 moles electron transfers 3 moles of AO4 minus 1. Do you understand?
Yeah. So what's the
So
equivalent?
1 mole electron transfers. So basically the molar mass of AO4 is M. So for 3 moles, molar mass would be 3M. So I would say that 7 mole electron transfer requires 3M of AO4 minus 1. You understand? So 1 mole of electrons would be what? 3M by 7. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So this is going to be the equivalent mass. So if somebody tells you what is the N factor here, because we say what equivalent mass is molar mass upon N factor. That's what we say, right? So should I say it is going to be M upon 7 by 3? Because then if you solve it, it again gets back to the same value. So I would say N factor here would be 7 by 3 for AO4 minus 1. Got my point?
Yes.
Right. So this is the equivalent mass concept from the equation. So आज we'll be doing this much only. You understand? Tomorrow we're going to have a 1.5 hours of session. and we'll complete the stoichiometry from this reactions. Did you understand my point? Got it? Right, Datu? Hello?
Yes.
Sure. Did you understand? So with this, we are done with our redox. We are
Wait,
done
that's
with our
it.
equivalent. Yeah, redox is that's it. Now
Oh,
you can start solving the questions. If you want, I can solve questions with you. And you can now pick up Cengage and start solving questions from that. Whatever doubts you come across, send me. Send me the doubts.
yeah.
Okay? And start balancing. Now the basic method is to start